This is Emmanuel, and in just 3 weeks, he found the deal of a lifetime, negotiated an offer, got it accepted, found the EMD from a third party, me, and then found the buyer to sell it. Now, how did he do all of that? He's a member of the Flip Flop Flipper Apex community. And inside of Apex, he was able to find the buyer who's an operator. He was able to find someone who wanted to put up the money, and he's got the deal of a lifetime done and is going to make $40,000 on his very first deal. So if that sounds good to you, and you want to be like Emmanuel, comment Apex and I'll send you the link.
All right. Oh,
Click the button.
click the button.
Shit.
Boom.
Click it, you guys. Don't you want to be like Emmanuel?
I mean,
I do.
come in Apex, people. Come on.
I didn't make $40,000 on my first deal 27 years ago. Damn it.
Neither did I.
I'm going to start over. You can make $40,000 on one freaking deal? Holy cow.
Retirement cash flow.
You know what's funny? I did hundreds of deals before I ever made $20,000. Hundreds of them. We would make 3, 4, 5. And then one day we made $10,000 on a flip, like a wholesale deal like that. And we were like, holy shit, that was great.
How fast did you spend it?
We always spent it before we got it. You always got to spend the money before you got it. You got to reinvest. So now you can make $40,000 on your first deal. All you got to do is be a member of Apex.
Just
All you
goes
gotta
to
do.
tell you the dollar is worthless, and if you work a job, you're effed. You're fricked.
Money's not even real, right?
No, they just print that. You hear the Fed's doing a $2.5 billion renovation, people. I heard that.
Well, it expanded to
It's
3.1. Did you see Trump?
When he pulled out
the Fed guy's like, I hadn't heard that. And Trump reaches into his pocket in his left front pocket and says, here, I have the receipts.
That would be a great meme.
It was so good.
Every time someone's talking back to you, it's like, here's the receipts.
And then there's a guy in the background going, yeah, I saw it. It's 3.1.
It's 3.1.
I think I
Can
can
you imagine how nice that renovation would be
guys.
done?
I think he's
could
doing a
build
good job.
skyscraper for 400 or 500 million. 70 floors. What do you guys think?
I think we could do it.
I think
Let's
so.
do it. So, guys, this works best when you ask questions. If you don't ask questions, we just ramble on like three monkeys just talking about real estate. So,
If you're lucky, we'll talk about real estate. If you leave us to ramble, we could talk about anything.
What do you guys think you could build for $3.1 billion?
dude, I think you can fix this damn island for
Yeah, I think you
$3.5
could
billion.
build about anything for that kind of money. That's a lot.
I mean, that's definitely a new power grid in Puerto Rico, you'd think, right?
It has to be, right?
Yeah, it has to be. How much can like the city of San Juan cost to redo every single electrical line? I mean, 100 million, maybe.
I don't know.
Nah, I think it's
Hard to
probably
be a
more than
lot,
that.
but I think
with 3 billion, you're
$3
resolving a
billion
big problem.
probably goes a long way to fixing all of the power on the island.
Yeah.
The problem is 100 million would be dedicated, and then the other 200
Yeah, they use
900
$100 million to go towards the grid,
just
and they
disappears.
steal $3 billion.
It's like, I don't know. It was just
It's paperwork.
we paid this guy $2 billion just to tell us how to do it.
All right, so we got how many people watching?
We got 13 people watching.
So let's get 13
no
likes,
question.
guys.
Everybody, let us know where you're watching from. Say hello. E-tron says, good afternoon, everyone. E-tron, good to see you. Let us know where you're watching from and put a question in the chat here, guys. How many of you that are watching of the 8, now we're at 18, how many of you guys have done the course that we give away for free? And did you have any questions from doing the course? And if you've done the course, how many deals have you done so far? Adon or Emmanuel's here, and I know Emmanuel's done a bunch of deals. Adon, let's go to El Registro para. I don't know how to say that word.
You're almost there. Almost there.
How do you say this A word?
Alan, let's go to el registro para averiguar lo de las casas.
Let's say it one more time.
I don't know why you have to send it here, Emmanuel. We appreciate the engagement, but you do have my phone number. This is averiguar, is to find out.
What are we going there to find out?
Too many R's for me, people.
That's the one office in San Juan where it's where they keep all the property registry. That's what it is. That's what you would call your property registry. And he wants to go. We want to go find out names of stuff we like that have been there sitting doing nothing. And hopefully, when we get the $3 billion we're talking about here, we can start buying stuff and fixing it.
No.
Here we go. Video 1 says, "Good afternoon, Colorado Springs."
Nice.
That is a very cold place. I lived there for a while.
Video
Very
1,
cold.
what's your real name?
Video 2.
Video 2. I just go
Renee
by
says,
video.
"What's up, guys?"
What's up, Renee?
Renee Silva in the house. All right.
Just came from Aguadilla. Looking good over there.
Seth is watching from Connecticut.
There
Hey,
you go.
and then E-Tron's in Florida. I'm in Florida too. I'm over here in Orlando.
Oh yeah.
These are new names too. I don't recognize E-Tron.
E-Tron's been here a while.
He's been here a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Retirement cash flow.
I
is
recognize that name. Yeah.
Yep, that's Mike. One of my foreclosed note houses in North Carolina. That's where you're watching from. That's fun.
Sweet.
That's pretty sick.
Yep. Andrea says, "Greetings, guys. How's it going?" Our first question. How's it going?
It's going
Going
well.
good.
Andres actually told me about the registry. So, Emmanuel, we should hook up with Andres and we should all go that day. Wreak havoc in the registry office.
Just walk in, make sure you get it on film so we can put it out on YouTube.
I'll bring you along.
I'll do it.
Yeah. They'll give me the warning.
I'm sure.
If I do it myself, they will never let me in. They'll be like, you should know better. Hi, everybody from St. Pete. Monica.
Monica.
Awesome. Laura
House.
from
I spoke to
Toabaja.
Monica, or Monica texted me last week, Dad. It looks like the boat dock is not an option for now with that one house.
It's not.
So it's not. Monica, let us know. But I guess you said there's some kind of lawsuit, so we can't get the boat dock. That is good. Emmanuel, I don't think we can read that on the air. They're going to take us off YouTube.
Sure way to get creative here, Manuel.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I'll let you do that, and then you can record it.
I'll record a manual doing that.
Yeah, sure.
Don't do that. You're going to get an accomplice.
Guys, we have 26 viewers right now. We need 26 likes, or else Robert is going to cry like a little girl. And you don't want to see that.
Is in litigation.
All right. You guys, this works best when
I
you
have
ask a bunch of questions. So ask the questions. We'll answer them. If they're about real estate, we probably know what we're talking about. But you can ask us anything and we'll answer.
I have a question.
Yes.
McKenna, because I know your dad doesn't do this, but when you're doing your flips, do you, in your renovation budget, how detailed do you go?
And
Like, do you detail it all out and then spend accordingly?
we
Or
tried to
general-
do that with the Kingswood flip and went hugely over budget. But
it
we
doesn't-
had a whole plan and detailed it all out, and then we were just over budget on every single category. So that was a bummer. I find the way that's worked best is figure out everything that I want or need, and then just get quotes from the contractors and use their quotes as my budget. And I do all of this before I buy the property. So
Yeah.
when I'm serious about it, I'll have a pretty good expectation of what I'm going to spend from those quotes.
Yeah,
You know I have thoughts on this because we've been doing this for a long time and we've done it both ways. And when you do the itemized budget, you give the contractor a chance to put a price on every single item versus if you give a broad-based budget and say that everything needs to be fixed and he gives you a price. I find that over the years we've gotten actually better pricing when we know someone and we've done a deal with them or two and they are just saying, I'll renovate the house for $25,000 and it includes everything.
Yeah.
But when you're first meeting someone and getting to know them, the more itemized you are, the probably smoother it will go.
yeah. I do it that way. So I try to go and get them to be like, this is all I want, and then let them come back with a number. The problem I'm finding is, it's the
I like your mic stand.
It's the best mic stand in this room right now. The problem I'm finding is keeping up with materials. because they change all the time, and depending where you're at, prices could be a little bit different here in Aguadilla compared to like.
Now who's got the
San Juan.
sharper mic stand?
Oh
As
man.
long as you don't stab yourself,
Oh,
bleed out here.
you could take out an eye.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Points at somebody, takes someone's eye out. That's how Baxter lost his eye, by the way.
Hannah says, "What's the worst flip you've ever done?"
Ooh, Hannah, what a
Great question.
loaded question. Okay, go, Don. What's the worst flip you've ever done?
I don't know if worse. I don't think it's worse. It's which one has caused you more headaches so far.
Okay, which one's caused you the most headaches?
I say Santa Rita caused plenty of headaches. This one in Aguadilla is not as bad. It's definitely got its headaches.
This one in Aguadilla, I think, is going fairly smooth.
And San Ignacio at the beginning was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Now it's gotten a lot better. So that's how I would say. I don't think worse flips. I mean, I haven't had a worse flip yet.
Yeah, I'm trying to
I don't
think
want
of.
one either.
I'm trying to think of any flips that have gone like super bad, where we like missed something and the house was falling down, or
Oh, there you go.
So I have one. I can remember, and then this is years and years ago. We bought a house in the numbered streets. I think it was on 33rd Street, where the jail is over there, McKenna. And we knew it had termites, and it was a block house. And so we sent the demo team in to take down the kitchens and the stuff like that. When they were done, there was 4 walls and a floor left. And they said the termites had eaten everything, and they just pulled it all down. That was pretty bad. That was a flip. We didn't end up renovating that house, and thank the Lord we had bought it well enough that we were able to just sell it basically at like lot value, and we got out of it. But that went from we were going to renovate it and keep it as a rental property, or renovate it and flip it, to, oh shit, what did we do? How do we get our money back?
Yeah, jeez.
How do we get our money back? And it was, this was one day there was a house there, and the next day it was just 4 walls, and it was all termites. That was pretty bad.
My worst flips, I got tagged by the code enforcement for doing work without a permit, and the permit process is just awful, guys. I mean, it took me a year to get the permits I needed, probably because I already started working without them, and maybe I could have done it in 9 months if I had done it the right way. But that was pretty brutal, where we have the guys going, they're there full stop, they show up the next day, and there's the red tag on the house. That is just tough, because then you got to go through the whole permit process, and the code enforcement is all up in your business the whole time. That is
those stop work orders, they are terrible.
Can't you work after you get one?
Not really. You can get fined, and
Yeah.
it's expensive if you do.
Can't
and they want to inspect it on at that point.
to fix it?
You have to get the permit at that point. If you have a stop work order, or you have a condemnation, a red tag, it's a bad day.
We get those all the time here.
You don't get condemnation red tags. Not like in Florida. I've never seen one here. I don't think they've ever condemned anything in Puerto Rico.
Which they should. There's a ton of properties that need to be condemned, and they need to be taken.
They can all
They
be
need to
fixed.
sold.
They're all
They can all
blocked.
be fixed, but the reason I'm saying that is so it gives them the right to take the property and do something with it, other than letting it sit there abandoned for 25 years.
Yeah, they really don't do that very often here in Puerto Rico.
No.
It really does have to be an abuse of
I wonder why.
letting the house just sit there and fall into the ocean for 25 years before they'll ever do anything about it.
Even then, it falls into the ocean.
I was in Rincon today looking at houses that have fallen into the ocean after Maria. So that's 8 years ago, coming up on 8 years. And the government has done absolutely nothing to clean it up. They've never once put a red tag on it and said they were going to clean it up. We've gone and talked to the mayor and said, "Are you going to clean it up?" And he's like, "No." They don't do anything.
For the coral.
You know what's funny? If I did, like it's near one of property that I own, I think that if I went and started to clean it up, the protesters would come and say, you can't do that. How crazy is that?
How dare you clean up the ocean?
Don't you do, because they pretend that they care about shit, but they don't.
Nancy
They
says
don't.
hello from Port Lucie. Hey, Nancy.
Hey, Nancy.
Hey,
Laura
Nancy.
says, I know you say that you can make a deal even without $. I was just checking if a property to flip, but they want a proof of funds. What would you suggest if I'm still trying to get my first deal?
I would suggest you join Apex, where you can get a proof of funds from one of these gentlemen here. And then from there, you can present that over there.
Well, and so I would like to have a conversation and ask you, where are you trying to get this house? What's the deal? Do you know if they are a motivated seller or not
Just
at
make
this
the offer.
point? Yeah, I just make the offer, and the thing that one of our Apex members kind of enlightened us to say is he asked for wiring instructions.
Yep.
And that's a very good comeback to a proof of funds. It's like, do you accept my offer? If so, let's close tomorrow. What are your wiring
Here
instructions?
you go.
However, if you are a part of Apex, we can help you with proof of funds. And I don't know, I can't see if Laura is or is not. You guys
Laura
know?
Roman.
I would also say, Laura, that there are hard money lenders everywhere, and they will give you a letter that says you're approved for $1 million or whatever you need, 500,000,
Or 100,000 or whatever it is.
whatever the number is. They'll give you a letter that says you're approved for the funds, and you can always send those in. You can always ask the community too. If you guys aren't in the Flip Flop Flipper group or in Apex, you should be. Both communities, people give out proof of funds. They're pretty easy to get. I never send proof of funds. I just make offers and send the offers. And then if they need proof of funds after, then I just have that conversation with them. But it's rarely been a big issue for me as I'm making offers. I don't feel like you two worry about it much either. Do you?
I send more proof of funds for other people like Laura than I ever do for myself. Like I don't remember the last time that I shared a proof of funds on something I was trying to buy.
And maybe it's just
start making an offer.
yeah. It could just be the way we speak to people on the phone too. Like we say the right things where they think we're serious, and I don't know what those things are. I'd tell you, but
I go straight to, hey, I'm a cash buyer. I need to close fast. Blah 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 blah.
yeah.
They're like, when do you
Yeah,
wanna see it?
I think right now, if I'm trying to put myself in Laura's shoes, and I say, hey, Mr. Seller, I want to offer you this amount of money, and they say, well, I don't want to present your offer, or do you have? I guess the question would be, do you have proof of funds? Then I would say something like, oh, that's great. So you're accepting my offer? I'll send you the proof of funds. Please send over acknowledgement
Your
that we have an
contract.
agreement, and then getting a proof of funds again is pretty easy, like McKenna said. So,
And Laura, if you don't want to make the commitment to join Apex, we do have a free community called the Flip Flop Flipper community. You can find the link in the description. By the way, I know you're not part of it because I just checked. So you should join it now.
and there really are people inside of the free community that can help you with proof of funds.
Yep.
I think Cedric, the lender, is in there. He'll help you with it.
Yep.
Bill's in there.
Bill Halleck is in there. He can help you with.
Laura is
being
in the
pre-qualified
Flip Flop
for a
Flipper.
loan.
Yeah, if you make a post, Laura, people can help you out.
Next question. Here we go. Jenny
But
says,
don't
"Hi,
let
everybody."
people discourage you from making the offers. I just make the offer.
There you go.
Jay Fernandez says hello from Miami.
Hello, Jay.
Johnny says hi, Adon, Robert, and McKenna. It was awesome meeting you guys in the mansion on the 19th. Johnny, it was great meeting you too.
You too,
yeah.
Johnny.
It was
Johnny,
very
my
fun,
talk-
guys.
Am I talking to you on WhatsApp? Are you you were considering doing 182? Said he wanted to do a 182 project in Maya West.
Oh, yeah?
Cool.
Yeah.
Guys, we had a in-person networking event. Expect to see some video footage and some content from that soon. It was super fun. It was really cool to meet everybody and put a face to all the names we see. So, Johnny,
yeah.
it was good to meet you too. Emmanuel
Honestly,
says,
was that the people that were at that event? Was that not like the best freaking networking event you've ever been to? Like I've been to, and I'm not just bragging because it's our event, but I go to all kinds of networking events. That was one hell of a networking event. We had some really great people in the room. I was smiling from ear to ear. It was a lot of fun, but I thought we put on one hell of an event. It was pretty good for just trying to do an open house.
Emmanuel says, when starting out, is doing some repairs yourself recommended, like painting and stuff like that? I think if you're doing one flip, it's probably recommended because you'll save money. But when you start doing it yourself, it limits you from doing more, from doing other deals. So someone like you, Emmanuel, I'd actually probably not recommend it. You're too busy. You're on deal number 8 or 9, where if you start painting and renovating kitchens, you're going to do less calls, you're going to do less transactions, and overall it's going to cost you more money than just paying someone to do the painting for you. That's what I think.
I couldn't agree more, McKenna.
Yeah.
Even for those of you that are handy people, if you're going to try and make a real business of it and do volume, and volume to me means having 3 to 10 renovations going at a time, then you simply can't do this work yourself.
Yeah,
You have to get to the point where you don't do any of the work.
It's more valuable to learn how to manage people.
And if you want to do one deal at a time, great, do it yourself. But we're trying to show people how to do a volume of business, and I really believe that you're going to have to hand off many portions of the business, but that's an easy one to find. There's a bunch of contractors out there, and then you hand off the finding of the things to like wholesalers and stuff. There's a whole system to it. That which, by the way, we're going to do a 3-day boot camp in November, right, guys?
Yes.
And you guys can get more information about that. We'll start to let you know when that's coming up.
We're not supposed to talk about it. Don't tell them.
I'm telling them now because I want people to be excited about this.
If you're watching this right now, don't tell
Can't
anyone
tell
else.
Robert a secret.
That's right.
He needs to get out of his
No
get it off his
secrets,
chest.
you guys. I'm tired of people having to be stuck in a broken system.
Yeah.
I think there's a better way, and we're going to show people how to do it.
There you go.
Well, just forget he said that, guys, until we make the official announcement. You'll get more info on it soon. We're
There's
doing
gonna
a
be
lot of
something
work behind the
before
scenes on
as
that.
well.
Yeah, or just talk to my dad, and he'll tell you everything you need to know about it too.
Yep. Just steal the beans right quick.
I'm a
have
bean
another-
stiller.
I have another point for Emmanuel's question here too. My buddy Scott, he wants to get into flipping, but he only wants to do one house at a time. And I think he wants to keep his other job. You know, he wants to do this as a part-time hustle, one house at a time. And him and his wife are handy. They just renovated their whole house. He's probably someone where I would say, yeah, Scott, you can do the easy stuff yourself, save some money, make more on each of your flips, because he's not trying to make it a full-time gig. He's just trying to spend his free time productively.
So he wants to make an extra $100,000 a year or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. He wants to make 100. He would love to make $100,000 a year, which if you are doing the work yourself, you probably can, if you get the right deal, make 50, 60, 100 on a flip pretty easily.
Or I mean, if you're doing it yourself, you could do 2 a year as well.
Yeah,
Pretty easily.
absolutely. Heidi says, do you guys recommend to always get an inspection done, flip or hold, in Puerto Rico, or is the appraiser's inspection good enough?
Heidi, so I definitely recommend an inspection. So do I hire a property inspector to go inspect our properties? I can't remember ever doing that unless for some reason it was someone else's deal and they already had somebody that they were paying for. But that doesn't mean that we don't inspect the properties. We inspect the properties ourselves, and we've been doing this for a long time. We also invite our contractors to come over and inspect the properties as well. And I generally don't have to pay that person to do it. They come because I'm going to give them the work. So there's multiple ways to do those inspections. I don't necessarily think that a licensed inspector is valuable enough or what you're going to want to do on a deal by deal basis. I think you're throwing money away. I'd rather just have my contractor that's going to do the work come and look at the property and give me a bid to fix the property. So
They'll know better than an inspector. And these inspectors go look at it and they're like, "Oh, it only needs $20,000." It's like that.
Or they go and they pick the house apart and they scare you off from buying something that was a great deal. So I don't know. Inspectors are for homeowners, retail. And we usually don't get appraisals.
Yeah. Well, I think too, especially on a flip, I mean, we're buying stuff that is shitty. We know that it is. We know this stuff doesn't work, and that's why we're buying it.
Yeah, we're getting a great deal because a bank would never finance it.
Yep.
It definitely doesn't qualify for a loan, right? So we've got to fix everything, and that generally means all the electric, all the plumbing, roofs, floors, everything. New kitchens, doors, windows. What don't we touch?
No,
As much as we try. It's like, oh, but now we need to fix this.
And even when we decide to leave floors and stuff, we usually kick ourselves for it later and say we should have just replaced it all.
Yeah.
Pedro Cardona says, "I love getting appraisals to get a better idea of the value when I sell."
Hell yeah. There you go.
Oh, hey, Pedro.
Pedro Cardona.
So say more about that. What do you use the appraisals for? You get the appraisal before you buy so that you know what it's going to appraise for when you're selling it?
I think so.
I like that idea. Yeah.
While he's writing, Laura says, it's a touristy area. What is Laura talking about?
She's talking about where this property is, where they're asking her for proof of funds, I think.
Oh, yeah. John says, "Edictos y subastas, is it worth it to find properties on the second or third auctions, or do the best properties go in the first auction?"
They usually go in the first. From what we've seen, for the most part, they always go in the first. Sometimes they go above whatever they start the bid at. So, I mean, you should always call whatever municipality you're interested in doing that to find out if they're already sold or not. So you're not wasting your time trying to chase down the second or third.
Yeah, and it's a good question. I think it's a numbers game, right? Like, so you want to look at everything. And really, if you're doing the foreclosure business well, you're looking at everything that would be a deal at the first auction, and you should be following the properties that aren't a deal at the first auction through to the second and the third auction and figuring out when do they become a deal, because they may not work at the first auction. But if the bank were to discount them, they might work at the second or the third auction. And if you look at enough of them, you're going to find a deal that way. I think our experience has been in the hundreds or so that we've looked at that we haven't seen that happen very often.
It's always first auction. And even if we have been to second or third, they'll bring it back up to first auction level. So it doesn't matter. The bank is going to get what they want. So
yeah, it's not to say that it's never going to happen, but it is. Well, if it's a 1 in 10 that we go to that would make sense at the first auction, it might be a 1 in 100 that would make sense, or that we would win if we go to the second or third auction.
Pedro says he bought one at the second auction this month. He was the only one there. Pedro, was that a property that you followed?
So that's what I'm saying.
Did they bring it back up to the first level, or did they keep it there at the second?
And Pedro Cardona's kind of a big deal. He's doing a lot of this stuff.
He's a big deal.
He's a big deal. Pedro
Cardona's you just said it. You know, when you're looking at the first, maybe it's 1 in 100, and the second 1 in 1,000. Pedro's probably looking at thousands of properties, so it makes sense.
I think Pedro's looking at hundreds for sure. Pedro's doing the work.
That's right. Yes, it went for less.
Yeah, there you go. So that directly answers your question. Is it worth it, John? It was for Pedro this week.
There you go.
Let's see.
Don't be shy, guys. Ask these questions. Keep them coming.
Nancy says, it's a great event, more intimate than most have been to. Will we get a list of names of who does what in the Apex group?
So we're working on it, and you guys will have to opt into whatever that is. We'll let you guys self-identify who does what inside of Apex. I think that's what we've been talking about for
a long time. We've been talking about that.
Maybe Hector could work on that, McKenna.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I think that is. I mean, I think it's a great idea. It's just I'm never going to do it.
These are words that you live by.
To
Being
Emmanuel's
handy is a
question,
curse.
being handy is a curse.
Yeah,
It
I
does
agree.
suck up all your time.
I have a brother-in-law. I have two brother-in-laws that are both very handy, and that's all they ever do. It's all they ever do is their fiction shit, and I see it as it's great. I mean, my sister and her husband they renovate a house and they do these magnificent renovations, but they're so limited in what they can do, and they're only doing maybe they do a few. Do you know, McKenna? 3 to 5 a year, maybe.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get to 10 a year.
And if they didn't do the work, if Sean didn't do the work, it wouldn't look as good. There's no question about it. Nobody does as good a work as Sean. He's a perfectionist.
Yeah, it's
But
immaculate.
they do double the volume, and they'd make a lot more money. And Sean would have a hell of a lot more time on his hands.
Yeah, I think he gets pretty sad about doing all the work too. But they've set this cycle up and they're a little trapped. Pedro says, I barely go to the houses anymore. No way I'm doing it myself. It takes a team. Yeah, as you scale, guys, you can't do it yourself or you will never be able to do more than 4 or 5 a year. Jeannie says, it was amazing. We met so many beautiful people there. Thanks again for such a wonderful opportunity. Johnny says, Adon, I'm the ex-police officer. I'm interested in Levittown where I have other properties. Sorry, I wrote the other message in Spanish. Johnny, we should connect you with Jeannie, who's here in the chat too. Are you in Apex?
They
Johnny?
connected.
I think they've already connected.
Yeah.
Perfect. They've
At the
already
networking event.
Yep.
Oh, good, good.
Hey, Pedro Cardona, we're going to do a real estate boot camp, a 3-day boot camp coming up in
No.
October.
Summit.
A summit, whatever.
Very different.
Okay, I don't know what's what.
So why don't you-
We're doing an event, Pedro Cardona, that we'd like to invite you to speak at. Send me a text.
Why can't you just do it offline?
I
We're
just
still
told.
planning. These
I'm
things.
just telling him. I want Pedro in. Just
Edwin
relax.
here. What's the average on a full rehab, like you said, roof, electrical, plumbing?
50K. 50K is the new 25K. It used to be that we could renovate everything for 25K pre-COVID, post-COVID. Every house that we renovate, we start at 50K. If it's super easy, we can maybe do it for 35, but 50K is the number that we start off. And then if it's bad, it goes up.
Yep.
Pedro, I think, does them a little bit cheaper than us, actually. I'd be interested to hear what he has to say.
He said true. I think about the 50K. Also, he said he is in if he is in town.
You don't have to be in town. It's virtual, brother.
William Halleck also said Summit. Woo.
Yep, you're in too, Will. Willem Halleck. Willem.
Nisha said Owners Club. Wink, wink. I will update. Nisha, sounds like you got a live one. That's awesome. Monica says, how different is an online auction from an in-person auction?
Night and day. So I love in-person auctions. It's one of the reasons that I'm so enamored with going to the auctions here on the island of Puerto Rico, even though I don't speak the language very well. But when you're at an in-person auction, there's very few people, or there can be nobody in the room. Like Pedro said earlier, he went to an auction. He was the only one there. So he buys the house at whatever the bank is letting him have it at. Versus online, you can have people bidding from all over the country. So we did the in-person auctions at the foreclosure sales throughout the state of Florida for years and years. And then they put it online, and it went from maybe there were 20 or 30 people that would show up for an auction when it was in person to having 3,000 people show up when it was online. So it became much easier to go to the auction, but it became much more competitive. And it's amazing how many people will buy houses over what they should pay when they're online. It's just so easy to make mistakes. And if you don't know what you're doing, I think going online was like, I bet that's cost people so much money, millions of dollars that they wouldn't have lost had it been in person because they'd have never gone. But then they make it easy and they go online, and people think when they're buying homeowners associations or things like that, that they're getting first mortgages. And we've just seen the amount of loss is like exponential since it went online. So that's my thought on that.
And then also you're competing with these hedge funds in New York, so your competition has $1 billion under management, and you're just trying to buy a house. It gets pretty tricky. Guys, put some more comments here. Pedro, I'm going to call on you, man. What's a question you have for us? I'd love to hear what you have to say. While we're waiting for questions, guys, did you hear about this hedge fund in India? What they were doing with the option market there?
No, what were they doing?
I was just thinking about this because of the online foreclosures, but in India, the option market is 300 times bigger than the stock market. Here in America, it's about 7 times bigger. So they were manipulating the underlying stock by just buying, $500 million worth of a single stock in 3 hours, artificially increasing or decreasing the prices on the stock, and also at the same time loading up on options and just making billions of dollars doing
Oh
this.
my God. So they were cheating and printing money at the same time. Wow.
Yeah, I think that they profited in Q1 $3.9 billion on this strategy.
Now, have they completely stopped them? Do they give these people a fine or slap on the wrist, or do they put them in jail?
Well, it's in India too, so then you got to ask, like, what are the rules? I have no idea. They were banned from trading in India, but I heard they are recently unbanned. So who knows what'll happen?
Man.
And they would have gotten away with it, but they filed a suit against an ex-employee for trade secrets over a couple million or even tens of millions of dollars. They filed this lawsuit, and then that's how India found out about what they were doing.
That's why I like real
Pretty
estate,
crazy.
you guys. My goodness. You buy a house and you go to sleep at night and tomorrow it's there. It's going to go up in value over time. You don't get to get rich like that, but there's so much corruption in these other markets, that the blockchain stuff, the stock market. I mean, they manipulate this stuff at a level that's just how do you talk about how do we compete with hedge funds when we go to a foreclosure auction? But at least there, we're still able to bid up to our number, and if it works, it works. When you're trying to be an option trader in India and you've got to compete with someone who's doing that kind of stuff, you've got no chance.
No, they've got $500 million they'll deploy in 3 hours. Like, come on.
Yeah, you got no chance.
All right, back to real estate, guys. We've got more questions. Pedro says, why do you avoid Campo houses? I love them.
Why do you avoid Campo house? Oh, Pedro, because I don't like to drive in those twisty, curvy roads, man. That's why. I'm maybe that's a place where I'm missing out, but I don't know. I like to be by the ocean.
No, I think it truly is just because we don't like going in the mountains.
It's like 90% because I don't like to drive up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guarantee you guys, if we drove anywhere, we're probably going to buy a house. So just the roads that we take, we end up buying stuff.
This is true. Yeah, that's true.
And that's something we talk about in the course, guys. If you haven't done that, if you haven't seen it, it's free in the community. But a big way we find deals, we call it driving for dollars. You're looking for signs. You're talking to people. That's how you fill your day, and you will find deals. Because if you stay at home, you don't do anything, nothing's going to happen to you. But if you're out there looking, seeking, talking to people, then boom. Pedro says, but don't blame you, but I don't go to them.
Well, yeah. I mean, so you got a team of people, you send somebody or something like that. Like this is my guy, and he makes me go with him. So
You're not sending me up there by myself.
Alan said,
I mean, one of our best flips ever was in the mountains. Remember the little $13,000 house we bought at the Central Casa Subasta auction, McKenna? And
and Coglis on top of the
we
mountain.
renovated that and then sold it for like $96,000. We bought it for
Yep.
13, renovated it for 15 or 20. I mean, we crushed that one.
Yeah, I think all we had to do there was change out the septic system. And then I don't think we did much to that house. Maybe we painted it too. But it was really easy reno. It was move-in ready. Just need a little bit of work. And that was a great deal. Alan says, what would you estimate the budget is in dollar signs per square foot to rehab and remodel a 3-bed, 1-bath, single-family home into a nice 3-unit, all 1 bed, 1 bath. So you got to add
So you're gonna have 2 bathrooms.
and then you're building walls. The walls are cheap, Alan. As long as the layout makes sense.
Budget in dollars per square foot. How many square feet are you talking about? So the bigger the house is, the less per square foot you're going to spend. Obviously, 3 kitchens, 3 bathrooms, that they're going to cost you disproportionately on a per square foot value or basis. So, if you have a 3,000 square foot house, it's going to be less per square foot than if you have a 1,000 square foot house and you're putting in an extra 2 bathrooms and an extra 2 kitchens. $45 a square foot is a rough math estimate that I use to start. And then I would think you're probably spending more than that. Also, if you're doing this for hospitality, I think you're spending more per square foot.
Like $5,000 a bathroom or something.
I think a better way to price it, honestly, the price per square foot, it's a bad number, especially when you're doing something weird like this, where you're going to end up adding 2 kitchens, adding 2 bathrooms. It's better to price it, Alan, per room, per kitchen, per bathroom, per bedroom. That way makes, I think, a lot more sense to me, because your renovation is going to cost more because you're adding all those things than if I was just doing a single family home. An architect told me 200 a square foot. That sounds high. That's super high.
That seems crazy.
Okay, yeah, maybe you're looking at like 50 or 70 bucks a square foot if we want to use that. But
yeah, I mean, hey, listen, there's an arbitrage that's mad in renovating properties, right? Like, so if you're we call them the Winter Park housewife, and you go and you get a bathroom renovated, it's going to cost you 5 or 10 times what it would cost a Don to get a bathroom built in a renovation, right? So we could use on the island, we could say if you're a Dorado housewife, it's going to cost you some multiple, 5 or 10 times more.
Yeah,
way more than double or triple. I think it's 5, maybe 10 times as much to put in a bathroom in, for a retail housewife in a rich area, as opposed to a Pedro Cardona or an Adon who's renovating a house to resell. So be careful with that. $200 a square foot's a disgusting number.
Yeah, I think, Alan, you're looking at like 5
See,
to
look,
10,000
Pedro said the same
bathroom.
thing I did, but he said
Yep.
it with only 4 words. That's retail higher end. I
Boom.
said all those words to say the same thing Pedro said.
I think a bathroom's like 5 to 10,000 a bathroom. A kitchen's 8,000 a kitchen. It depends how big they are and what you want to do, but
Pedro says the bathroom's around 3,000. That's right.
yeah, there you go.
I think building bathrooms that don't exist is more than 3,000. I used to be able to do it for $2,500, but I think it's 5,000 to do everything now, to build a bathroom that doesn't exist, all the plumbing and putting in a shower pan and
probably depends on the drain.
Floors, all of it.
If you can connect to an existing drain, it's a lot cheaper.
For this recent flip, there was 2 existing bathrooms. We added a new one. We rerouted all the drains for the kitchens and everything. That was about $4,000.
You did it all for about $4,000.
Yeah.
Ground up, never been there before.
Brand new kitchen, brand new bathroom.
Yeah.
And connected everything now to a new sewage line.
Yeah.
And then laundry units and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
Alan, for 200 a foot,
should get the Taj Mahal.
You should get the Taj Mahal. Yeah, don't do that. Also, we here's another thing. We don't use architects and engineers on small flips like this. Now, if we were doing a big hotel, we're probably bringing in a bigger team, an architect and engineer. But when it's just a single family home, or probably even up to like a quadplex, I don't like using architects and engineers because they're just very expensive, and they are telling you the same thing that you can just figure out yourself. Like, put a wall here, put a wall there. It's nothing that you wouldn't intuitively know by looking at the space.
Well, most of your time, if you have a really good contractor, he can help you figure that out too. So.
Absolutely. I do also need to redo everything. Roof, electrical, plumbing. Did you include this?
Well, when we do a renovation, Alan, we're talking about it. I mean, our renovations, you've seen them. We do massive renovations. We do everything. Like it's generally all new plumbing, all new electric. You know, we're ripping apart all of the bathrooms, moving walls. We do all of it. So yeah, we would think. I don't ever remember spending $200 a square foot. We didn't spend $200 a square foot at the mansion.
The mansion, yeah.
We
exactly.
didn't spend $200 a square foot. How much?
We would have spent $200 a square foot there. My God,
Did we? Hold on.
would have been a different
No,
place.
that's $1 million renovation. Let's see.
And that house is immaculate. And it started as a shell, Alan, which I think yours is pretty similar, but you
It's
know,
good
no,
as a shell.
no windows, no electrical, no plumbing. It had
We ripped
nothing.
out a gazebo out. We added in 5 new bathrooms.
You have a whole brand new pool there. I mean,
So we spent about $130 a square foot on that house,
wow.
and we rebuilt the entire house.
You're talking about Italian kitchens. You're talking about tile. on
We
the walls for the
imported
bathrooms.
kitchens,
Your
everything.
closets done. New doors, new windows, everything.
You didn't get the wine room in there, though.
I tried.
Yeah.
They told me I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
They said no.
Monica says, I'm putting together a lucrative deal in Cogwis at an online auction. Do you have any strategies or tips?
Get the deal under contract.
When?
Yeah.
What kind of online auction, Monica? Is it a sealed bid? Is it
It has to be
open
Centro-
bid?
It has to be Centro Casa or
yeah?
something like that.
I mean, I think just figure out what's a good deal. Stick to your numbers. Don't get caught up in the
GSA.
thrill of
Look
being
at
at the
government.
auction. Oh yeah, and Monica, you have access to some things that normal people don't, so that could be really good.
Yeah. Was it a drug dealer house or something? They took it over. They seized it.
I wonder, do they have like a buy now too that you can just do they do that at the GSA auctions? I'm not sure.
I've never been to that kind of auction. Which
I tried buying it.
pretty
in a car.
crazy.
You
I
tried
think
to,
I have bought cars or boats from those.
what are the
seized-
bidding
So,
rules? Do you have to be a veteran in order to bid, or can anyone bid?
No, you should be able to bid. Anybody should be able to bid. Army post. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's probably what is it, like an army base? Like a decommissioned army base? That'd be pretty
There's
cool.
a decommissioned army base in
No, I'm asking. It says
Cogwis,
Army
though?
post. That's what she said.
But she says Cogwis. I haven't heard of something like. I would think Saba. Oh well.
Guys, I just pulled up the GSA auction site, and they got a bunch of generators for $100. They're pretty
Oh.
small though.
I need to.
No, these are for like an RV or something. That makes sense. Just gonna say we got to buy them all.
Well, guys, we got 45 people watching. We need 45 likes or more. We need you to like this video, or else Robert will start picking his toe. And we're trying to save his toe. This is a PSA for his toe.
Oh man.
My toe's perfectly safe.
Yeah. until they do
Emmanuel
like-
says that Cogwis is amazing. It's super huge. No buy now available. Needs to be registered as a government agent. Yes, decommissioned.
Oh my God, that place is solid. Then
Yeah, that sounds sweet.
those places, I've seen a couple of those like Saba. You could just clean them out, put new windows in them, and you're back in business, right?
Are you buying from the government or are you
And it's
doing
built
long-term
right.
lease?
And it's built right.
Is it a purchase or a long-term lease?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Monica, let us
3
know.
acres.
We know another project, and it was a long-term 100-year lease, and that one got all a little squirrely. I thought it's better to do a direct buyout.
Great
Rather-
deal, poor execution.
Yeah.
Question: what happens if you find a property that still needs a lot of work, but the seller is leaving a lot of construction items like bags of cement, brand new kitchen counters, etc.? It's a bonus. I typically don't like the crap that other people buy.
Yeah.
It's usually garbage to me. I have 2,000 square feet of flooring in my garage right now, guys, because I think the color is horrible.
I do not consider that in the offer.
It's not something you pay for.
No.
No.
It's like if you
If
want to
that's
leave
the
it,
question.
fine.
Yep.
You can leave it there, but if not, then you can come pick it up on Friday.
And you know what? Even if you do like it,
I
don't
wouldn't
put it
pay
in
for
your offer. And like, if you get it, great. That's
They
just
almost
another-
certainly will leave it. The 2,000 square foot of flooring that McKenna's got, the lady who was selling us the house was dying to sell that stuff. And we just didn't mention it. When we closed on it, it was still there and we got it, right? Like,
And we even gave her a month to get her stuff.
could,
That was
could
part
she
of
have
the
sold it?
deal.
She probably could have sold it. Someone would have bought it. And
Yeah.
it's actually good flooring. It's just ugly.
Yeah.
But it's
And, like,
hard, it's
we're
hardwood
using it.
floors.
Yeah, we're using it at some rental properties, you know, where the flooring and the style isn't as important as a flip. And you know what? We probably should have used that flooring, Dad, because we spent way too much money on that house.
People on Instagram, you can also ask questions. We will answer them.
Which house is that, McKenna?
That was Kingswood.
We probably should have, yeah.
Yeah.
Did we use this on my 37th Street renovation that I'm doing right now?
I think we did. No one ever came to pick it up, so no. I don't know.
Bug bomb?
Or maybe I'm using it on the Fillmore renovation.
You're using it some. Yes, that's the plan, and we're
Really good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ask more questions, guys, or else we'll start talking about random things.
Well, and we got what, 10 minutes left?
Well, why don't we do a little plug for Apex? So, guys, we have a community where people are doing deals. Actually, a lot of the people here are already in there. Anna, Emmanuel, Monica, Alan, Pedro maybe was in it, but I don't think he is anymore.
No, Pedro's not in there.
Pedro, we'd love to have you. Guys, these are people that are doing deals where they're meeting, they're doing partnerships. There's been 100 deals done in the past 11 months in Apex. And that's not 100 deals with McKenna or 100 deals with Adon and 100 deals with Robert. That is community members getting together, someone finding a deal, someone funding the deal. So if you're serious about real estate and you're watching this, you should join. I'm going to put the link right here in the chat. Come on in.
The bigger we get, the better we get too, because we can do more, right? Like that is just the truth of it. We need to have a community of doers, and that's what we've got. And we want to invite anybody who thinks that fits the bill. If you're a rainmaker, if you're a guy who's self-motivated and you want to come be part of our group, we'd love to have you.
And I have a bonus that I'm going to give away for the next 10 minutes. This is the first time ever that we're offering this. But I just got an email from you guys, and I've got some codes.
Nope.
They can't go out until August 1st.
Oh,
You can.
I was about to say we're gonna do a big announcement.
We're gonna do a big
At the end of the
announcement.
month.
well, we're not going to, no more bonus. But if you join now, I'll put your name on the list for whatever this secret bonus is, and I'll give it to you on the 1st if you join in the next 10
You
minutes.
can tell the bonus.
We can talk about it.
No,
But there's gonna be a big
no.
announcement about it.
It's a big announcement coming up.
Major news.
Yeah.
Breaking
Big
news.
Donald Trump
Well,
is joining.
stay
our
tuned.
community.
Subscribe to the channel.
That's right.
Learn
We
what our
all get a
super top
contract
secret
with the
bonuses that
Federal
we're going
Reserve
to
for-
add to the Apex membership.
It's
We
been
all
long
get to
in
help
the
build the
works.
Federal Reserve building for $3.1 billion.
Yes. We're the reason Powell went over budget.
Right.
Yep.
No. Well, guys, I'm going to put the list here or the link to join. Love to have you in Apex. I will put you on the list to get this bonus, whatever it is. It is exciting. It's worth the cost of admission. And also, we have a full refund policy, so you should join. Check it out. What else, guys? I think that's it.
Yeah. Great questions, you guys. Good. What was this? The Flip Flop Flipper Live number what?
78, 79,
78,
79.
79.
Is that all?
We should do something big for episode 100.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that. Hey, the YouTube channel's growing like crazy. We're about to have 30,000 people on YouTube. You should be one of them. If you guys watch our content and you haven't subscribed to the channel, we'd love to have you subscribe to the channel. It helps us a lot.
Yes.
And Anybody that you know that wants to learn about real estate investing, share some of our content with them.
Yes. Instagram
I-
people, you got 5 minutes to ask your questions. Just letting you know.
I learned recently that every time a video gets a like button, then YouTube pushes it out to 10 more people. And every time we get a share, YouTube pushes it out to like 100 more
So
people.
share this video.
So like and then share.
Share
We get 110
that
extra eyeballs on it, plus whoever you share it with. Oh, wow.
Pedro has never been a member of Apex, but heard good things. Well, Pedro, let's get you in there. Let's figure something out.
Yeah, we'd love to have you, Pedro.
Pedro, send me a text about the thing I was talking about earlier.
About
Connect.
the thing.
About the thing that they told me I'm not allowed to talk about.
I mean, you
That's
just want
right.
to spill everything. You gotta let us get prepared. Jesus.
Anna says episode 100, you should bring members who have done deals.
All
I
right.
love that. And actually, that is something we are going to be doing some interviews with members that are doing deals. So be on the lookout for those. They're coming in the next couple months.
Anna's doing
Elizabeth
it.
says, when reaching out to an owner, how do you recommend asking for specific details about the current rental income and profit? Sellers many times talk fast or only give you ballparks. I ask if it's multiple properties, I ask for what's called a T12, which if you ask for on a single family home, then I say, what the heck are you talking about? I don't know.
I'm going to say it because I don't know what the heck you're talking about. What's a T12?
T12 is transactions for the last 12 months that the bigger companies, bigger portfolios will keep them for the portfolio. So that'll be all transactions, rental income, expenses, taxes, insurance. I have a great example of one, actually. I'll pull up. Then on a single family home or on a smaller property, I just ask for a copy of the lease. So, I say, hey, do the tenants pay on time? They'll probably say yes. I'll ask for a payment history and I'll ask for a copy of the lease. And then I just assume all the other stuff, expenses, taxes, insurance, all of that. Let me pull up this T12 that I have.
I just asked for current rent rolls.
Yeah. This is an example of a T12 that I got for my deal in Louisiana. Can you guys see this? So this has all of the properties, and then it's got all sorts of transactions for a trailing 12-month period. So that way, when you have that, it's super specific and it's not ballparked.
Pedro says T12 is a trailing 12 months of numbers for a commercial deal or a rent.
And sellers won't have that for a duplex if it's just,
especially someone who's got a duplex or a fourplex or something. They're keeping it on a piece of paper.
That's
right?
what she's buying. It's a 3 to 4 unit property. So
just ask for the current
just ask
rent
for
rolls.
leases and rent rolls. Yeah.
Ask for the current rent rolls.
Monica
Eric.
said, "Oh,
Go ahead.
Monica
Eric
in
on
Puerto Rico,
Instagram.
what's the best way to find a good GC?" And then we'll do Instagram next.
There you go.
What's the question about a good GC?
What's a good
How do you
way to
find
a
one?
good GC?
Well, so you know what, I've been thinking about shooting some content on this. So this is something that if you're going to be a value add real estate investor, you're going to always be looking for a good GC because they're only good for a window and then you got to fire them. And you're always looking for the good GC. If you can keep them for 3 to 5 years, you've done tremendous. But they're going to give you their best work and their best price when they first work with you. And then when you get 5 or 10 deals down the road with them, they're going to give you way worse work and a way bigger price, and it's time to let them go. I look for them everywhere, guys. I network with people. I ask for referrals. I was driving past a construction site earlier today, and it was something that I hadn't seen before, so I stopped and I walk into the place. If I think they're doing good work, I try and get business cards. Don and I have done that tons of times, but it's not easy, and they're worth their weight in gold. So you've got to constantly, just like you're looking for a great deal, you got to be on the lookout for a great contractor. Networking is a really good way. So if you're in the Apex group, you can talk to the other people who are there. If you're in the free group, you can talk to the people in there. We encourage people who are watching us, if you are a contractor who does good work, join our community because we got a whole bunch of people that want your service.
Yep. What's Instagram have to say?
Eric asked how to become a member. Where do we connect? Eric, I sent you the link here for the school account. You can join there, and we'll see you on the inside. So every Monday, Tuesdays, we have our lives. Today is our Q&A. Tomorrow is our what do we call it? Shark Tank.
Yep.
And then Thursdays, we have our private meeting. So guys, if you want to be part of that, join Apex. For the other YouTube stuff, you can just stay there on YouTube land.
Stay there on
Forever.
YouTube land. It's there.
Never do a flip. Or join us on Apex. All right. We're gone 20 seconds over. Do we have 50 likes yet?
I don't know. Do we, McKenna?
I'll pull it up. Guys, get there 50 likes before I pull it up quick.
Guys, and today was a special day. Pedro Cardona joined us.
Yeah,
Have
look
a lot
at
of
that.
new
Pedro,
people
thanks
join
for
us.
participating with us, man. There's 38 people watching, 28 likes. There should be at least 38 likes. Come on.
Should be at least 50
Come on.
likes. What
Well,
am I-
31 likes and only 27 people watching. People are like, oh, they're done. I'm out of here.
I'm out
Bye.
of here. All right, guys. Well, have a great night. See you next time.
See you
Good
next
night,
week.
guys.
This is Emmanuel, and in just 3 weeks, he found the deal of a lifetime, negotiated an offer, got it accepted, found the EMD from a third party, me, and then found the buyer to sell it. Now, how did he do all of that? He's a member of the Flip Flop Flipper Apex community. And inside of Apex, he was able to find the buyer who's an operator. He was able to find someone who wanted to put up the money, and he's got the deal of a lifetime done and is going to make $40,000 on his very first deal. So if that sounds good to you and you want to be like Emmanuel, comment Apex and I'll send you the link.